Tim Chartier is a math and computer science professor at Davidson College in North Carolina and is joining us live once again tonight. He has run the models. He's done the math on the brackets, and I spoke to him before the tournament began. Tim, it's always great to talk to you. So I was wrong about Kentucky, but apparently so was everybody else. I also chose Longwood, which I knew was a long shot, but I was hoping that was the St. Peter's of my bracket. But you say to be imperfect, I'm actually in good company.
Yeah, one of the things when I teach bracket methods, one of the reasons I teach it is to help people understand that when you're trying to do data analytics on human behavior, you're not going to be perfect. You're trying to look for the trend. And in brackets, you're just trying to be better than the next person.
Well, not to rub it in, but I'm better than you when it comes to the Final Four. Let's take a look at my choices and pull that up, because I was giving you a hard time the other day. I said words over numbers. My Final Four is still in the running, and you,
good for you.
You have 3 of the 4 teams as well. So there's my picks. I've got NC and Ohio State going to the finals. I'm still alive.
Good for you. That means you can get a lot of points as you're moving on, but we still have Saturday and Sunday to go.
How are your students' brackets, Tim?
They're doing well. I have brackets that are in the 90th percentile on ESPN, beating over 90% of 17 million brackets. So they're doing well. Some of them aren't doing as well. It depends how aggressive they were with their models.
Yeah. You know, the thing about math that people like is there's either a right or a wrong answer, right? Like that's what math is. How do you factor randomness into this equation?
Well, randomness is something that you can't predict. And so in terms of the models, it really actually said that Kentucky was 95% likely to win that game. But one way to think about it is that if you had a coin that was 95% likely to come up heads, it doesn't mean it will. And it looks like on yesterday, it was St. Peter's time to come up tails and win the game.
Oh, interesting. So I want to talk to you a little bit about your sports analytics class and all these students at Davidson. This must be one of the most exciting times of that class of the year. You call it playing from the sidelines, but it actually is even more than that, kind of setting them up for a future in analytics and statistics.
Yes, in 2013, I created a sports analytics group called Cat Stats, because we're the Davidson Wildcats, and we support the college teams at Davidson College. So in tonight's game, there were students actually preparing the analytics to help the coaches get ready, but at the same time helping for the next round as well. And there are students in the leadership positions now. We've transitioned it to a student club because it grew to be over 100 students, and I need a lot of help with that. And so we have students in the leadership of the teams and in creating the analytics for the coaches to support their work.
If I recall right, Tim, the last time you and I talked, you had the Zags and Tennessee in the final, the Volunteers to win it all on your bracket. How are your numbers holding up right now? You want to change anything?
No, I'll just stick with it. It'll be fun.
Any other numbers you're running as we kind of move into the next round?
The main thing I'm trying to keep track of is just one of the things I'm really interested in right now is if it looks like teams change. That's one of our research questions right now, is whether as teams move on, some of the teams like a St. Peter's can actually gel more and get used to it. And so who they were in the first round might not be who they are in the second round, so they could be even better. That's one of the things that I'm paying attention to.
The other thing that you and I have talked about is the upsets. What goes into picking an upset, some of the things that you all are factoring?
One of the things is if a team is playing very well at the end of the season, beating better teams. Richmond is an example of that. They were the 6th seed in the A10 tournament and won the whole tournament. So they ran their way through the whole tournament, and you could see that. But it's hard to tell because some teams don't play as well in the conference tournament because they already know they're making March Madness. So there's a lot of trickiness in all of it, and that's part of what makes it both the madness and a lot of fun.
Well, and the other thing is, so like, as Tom just mentioned, like St. Peter's, nobody had that, or very few people had that on their bracket against Kentucky. Davidson experienced that same thing. How does that change a program to have that major upset, so much excitement around your program and the players moving forward? How did it change it for you guys?
It changes a lot of things because, for one thing, people know Davidson College, they know basketball. They knew Steph Curry, which is easy to imagine now, but not as much at the time. And people, to be honest, one of the things it does is it just sells out your bookstore with a lot of t-shirts. I remember that at the time. It was a big budget saver for us at that particular moment in time.
That's really great. Well, good luck to the Davidson Wildcats tonight. I know they're going to face Michigan State. I had the Spartans on my bracket, but I really like you, Tim, so I'm all Wildcats right now. I had Michigan State losing to Duke in the next round anyway. So there's a look at my Final Four. I'm still in it, Tim. Good luck to your team, and thanks as always for joining us. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.